first module of week 1. The major focus of this module is cybersecurity fundamentals, cyberspace, information systems, security principles, and cybersecurity challenges. Let's start with cyberspace. We are all living in the digital era. Most of our daily activities either partially or totally depend on digital communication. Not only that, organizations rely on the usage of computer networks, systems, and other related technologies. Most of our operations use digital devices or computers connected through a public or a private network and the internet. Of course, we must know how we operate and where do we operate and which connects all of us. These are the major questions that raise in our mind when we think about the way we use the internet and other resources for communication. The answer is cyberspace. Cyberspace is the virtual space that connects all of us and enables the information exchange necessarily to support the interactions in the digital era. More specifically, cyberspace can be defined as follows. Cyberspace refers to the virtual space that provides the infrastructure, electronic medium, and related elements necessary for online global communication. This is the ultimate technical definition I can give for cyberspace. To understand better, I can put it this way. Cyberspace is the virtual space technically created for social interactions, entertainment, business operations, as well as other personal communication activities and interests. Okay, is it a virtual environment or closely related to it? Cyberspace no longer implies a virtual environment. However, the incorporation of digital technology possesses a large variety of competencies like sensors, signals, connections, transmissions, processors, and controllers, which are all necessary to create a simulated interactive experience through cyberspace. Simulated environments can also be created in the cyberspace for a virtual experience. The term cyberspace is derived from the Greek word cybernetics. Cyberspace is an ancient term, and the word cyberspace first came into existence in various contexts in the visual arts and science fictions during 1940s, 1960s and 1984. However, the first reference was made by the founder of Electronic Frontier Foundation in the year 1990 and subsequently in the year 1991, which is close to the existing relationship of computers and telecommunication systems which we are using today. The most important thing about cyberspace is the various levels of operations of cyberspace. Cyberspace is a common domain where everyone can operate and no one can own or govern. There are many trespassing happening. Therefore, it is necessary to understand the various levels of cyberspace. Of course, there are only two levels. One is known as the core cyberspace and the other one is known as the extended cyberspace. What is core cyberspace? Core cyberspace covers all the electronic devices, the transmission medium or the connection medium, the control codes, the operation codes, the software used to handle them, and finally the data which we exchange. And of course, this is the place where all of us are operating today. Whereas the second one, the extended cyberspace, covers everything that surrounds the core. So anybody can access the core through this extended space. For example, when there is an automated car or a smart home appliance which is operated through a remote control mechanism, it has to be done only through cyberspace. That is, one gets the control of the core only through the extended cyberspace. Therefore, extended cyberspace is very, very attractive to the new generation of intruders. Cyberspace provides a battle space to target individuals, groups, business organizations, government, and nations' critical infrastructure. Whether cyberspace is attractive or not, it is all about how people choose to use it. Cyberspace comprises 6 major elements. They are the physical infrastructure and the telecommunication devices, computer systems and related software, networks connecting computer systems and devices, network of networks, in other words, internet, user and intermediaries, access nodes, and finally the data, in other words, the constituent data. I can explain the requirements of all these components through a simple example. Suppose if a person wants to send a message or picture to another person, first of all he needs a device to send and the other person another device to receive. We need a network for connectivity, a software or protocol to facilitate the exchange, a space or global mechanism for seamless integration of all, and the intermediate elements that can do the smooth transfer from one end to another end, and finally what is being transferred, which is data. The components of cyberspace, of course, can be arranged in 3 layers. They are the physical layer, the logical layer, on top of it the cyber personal layer. What is more important today to understand cyberspace is the cyber domain characteristics. Some of the significant characteristics of cyber domain are connectivity, virtuality, expansion, ambiguity, and interactivity. What is connectivity? Cyberspace interconnects a wide range of physical systems. All these elements are not physically present in one place, but they are connected. They are available in different places, but are connected virtually from all the different places, but appear to be a single entity from the user's perception. Virtuality. Cyberspace is both unbounded and virtual in nature. That means it does not exist in reality and there is no boundary or anything. Expansion. Since all communications take place within the virtual space through various means with different types of data, cyberspace is growing very, very fast. The expansion is at a very higher rate rather. Ambiguity. Due to its virtual nature and lack of physical existence, it is very difficult to define it because there is no absolute centralized controlling or monitoring mechanism. Therefore, cyberspace is indistinctive and ambiguous in nature. Finally, interactivity. Though it's intangible in nature, all communications and data sharing happen only through this medium. Of course, it provides seamless integration. Therefore, it is fundamentally interactive in nature. So, ultimately, cyberspace provides a collaborative and virtual way of connecting a wide range of participants. And all the above 5 features make the cyberspace inherently uncertain at the same time complex.